The Great Gatsby. I quote, "He waited 5 years and bought a mansion where he dispensed starlight to casual moths so that he could come over some afternoon to a stranger's garden." We are comparing The Great Gatsby to the great movie, The Notebook. In The Notebook, Noah Calhoun spends years saving up and building the dream house his sweetheart Allison Nelson wanted when they were together. She is forced to leave him to go to college in New York due to a difference in social class and gets engaged to a wealthy man while living there. However, she finds her way back to the renovated version of her dream house where Noah is waiting for her. The Notebook relates to The Great Gatsby because of how love was worth waiting for. In The Great Gatsby, Gatsby and Daisy were together, and when Gatsby had to go off to war, they separated. See, Daisy was waiting for him, but eventually found Tom. When Gatsby came back, Daisy wasn't waiting for him anymore. Gatsby then bought a big house right across the bay from Daisy's. He waited for some time to move in next to him, just so he could arrange a meeting with Daisy. These two are similar in the sense that Gatsby and Noah both waited for their love, and wanted them to come back in the big house and their dreams would be fulfilled. Love is something that you must set free once. If it comes back to you, then it was meant to be. However, if it doesn't, then you must leave it alone. In The Great Gatsby, Daisy moved on from Gatsby. Even though he waited for her, she changed. Song 3, Libras, compares with this passage as well as most of the book in the sense that both express the same dilemma as one another. The song tells about how he has done everything in an attempt for her to notice him and see his true feelings, but no matter what he does or how hard he tries, he fails time after time and it kills him inside. The pain of your heart pouring out and just having it been discarded like rubble. It's as though she doesn't see anything of it or could care less. In The Great Gatsby, it's the same situation. He spent the first 5 years leading up to the book trying to make it so Daisy would notice him and want to be with him. He went from rags to riches and got anything anyone could hope to have, all in hopes that Daisy would be attracted. Finally, when he does reunite, it seems as though she doesn't care and makes Gatsby extremely depressed. He keeps up with the attempts with extravagant parties and gatherings, and even sets up places and times to meet with her, but it still does not faze her. He wants it to be how it was before. He went to war, but she just sees right through him now and doesn't realize or care that everything he has done was for her. The poem The Raven has great similarities between the love of Wilson and Myrtle in The Gatsby. In the book, Wilson finds that his dear wife Myrtle has been hit by a car. He is horrified at this fact and is truly sad because they are both about to move to West and start their life all over again. Though she was hit by a car, he is then able to shake the great despair and begins acting irrationally. He assumes that Gatsby is the killer because Daisy was driving the car when she hit him, and starts going on to murder him. After all is said and done, he realizes that nothing will bring his sweetheart back to him, and so with great shame in his actions and nothing left to live for, he takes his own life. In the poem, the unnamed narrator is also grieving over lost love. He is alone, and the raven, a sign of both memory and illness, calls him non-stop. The narrator repeats the name of his wife, Lenore, but hears nothing but his own voice. The raven, however, at least in the narrator's mind, is calling out, "Nevermore." His mental situation is rapidly deteriorating with every word he hears, or thinks that he hears, but he cannot seem to shake this unwanted visitor. He feels greater despair each time he hears the raven's response. Like the book, the poem speaks of the visitor of death, and how it lingers. These two men can neither decipher fact from reality at this point, act rationally, or in Wilson's case, go on with their lives. Both The Raven and The Great Gatsby are similar in dealing with the pain of a loved one's death and keeping one's mind afterwards.